This lesson is on literal equations. Literal equations have very few numbers in them. So number 1 says solve for y. So I'm going to circle y and draw a line through the equals. So we're trying to get y by itself. So to get rid of plus 3, we're going to minus 3 on the other side. So on this side we have x minus 3, and on this side we're left with y. So we've done what it says, solve for y. We've done that, we've solved for y. Now the answer needs to be written in this format. The letter you're solving for goes on the left. All right, number 2, solve for t. So I'm going to circle the t, draw my line. R and t are being multiplied. Well, what's the opposite of multiplying? Divide. So I need to divide both sides by r. Those cancel. So on this side I have d over r equals t, but I'm going to flip that and put it in the right order. T equals d over r. So you're just solving for the letter it says. Solve for r. Circle r, draw your line. 2 and pi are being multiplied with r. All of these things are being multiplied. Well, what's the opposite of multiplying? Divide. You can go ahead and divide at the same time. So those cancel. And I'm going to go ahead and write it in the right order. R equals c over 2 pi. That's your answer. Number 4, energy and mass are related by the formula E equals mc squared. M is the mass of the object, c is the speed of light. Which equation finds m given E and c? So it says, which equation finds m? So we're trying to get m by itself. Well, here's our equation. I'm going to circle m and draw my line. These two things are being multiplied, so we've already talked about this. The opposite of multiplying is to divide. And the square stays with the c. So those cancel. So m equals e over c squared. And that looks like answer choice D. All right. Number 5, solve for x. Circle x. So what's with the x? The z cubed. So I need to get rid of z cubed, so I'm going to divide by z cubed. And you're technically supposed to do it to both sides, but those will cancel. So I'm going to go ahead and write it in the right order. X equals y over z cubed. All right, number 6. The quantity z is equal to the quantity x minus twice the quantity y. Solve for x. Well, I don't see any equation in here, so I'm going to have to write my own. The quantity z is equal to the quantity x minus twice. What does it mean to have twice something? It means 2 times that. Twice the quantity y, so 2 times y. All right? Then it says to solve for x. So I'm going to circle x. Alright, so I need to move the 2 and the y, and I can move those all at one time because they are together. They are, the 2 is twice y, and I can move that all at one time. So to get rid of minus, I need to plus, so I've got a plus 2y. And so your answer is x equals z plus 2y. Alright, number 7, solve for x. So draw my line and circle x. Okay, there's 2 things that need to move. The a and the b, they both need to move, but they're not together, so I can't move them at the same time. I've got to move them separately. Alright, well, how do you decide what to move? Well, here's how I think about it. A and x are best friends. They're stuck together at the hip. So if I had to pick somebody to move, I don't want to separate the best friends first. That would be cruel. I want to separate the person who they're just kind of friends with. So I'm going to move the B first. And I'm going to leave the best friends together for now. I'm going to let them stay together as long as possible. So I'm going to move the b. Well, how do you get rid of plus b? U minus b. So I've gotten rid of that. And now I'm still trying to solve for x. I'm trying to get x by itself. So I've got to move the a. Even though they're best friends, I eventually have to separate them. Well, these two are being multiplied, and what's the opposite of multiplying? Divide. So you're going to divide both sides by a. You're going to divide that whole side by a. So those cancel. So your answer is x equals c minus b over a. That's your answer. All right, number 8. Power and work are related by the equation P equals W over T, where W is the work and T is the amount of time. Which equation gives W in terms of P and T? So which equation gives W? So that's the letter I'm trying to get by itself. Draw your line. What's with W? What needs to move? The T. The T needs to move. Well, this is divide by T. The opposite of divide is to multiply. So I'm going to multiply both sides by T. So I'm left with W equals T times P. Alright, so I know that my answer needs to have multiplying in it. So that would be answer A. T times P is the same thing as P times T. Remember, 2 times 5 equals 10, and 5 times 2 equals 10. Order doesn't matter when you're multiplying. Alright, number 9, solve for B. So I'm going to circle it, draw my line. Alright, I have to move the M and the A. Alright, M and B are best friends, so I'm going to leave the best friends together as long as possible. So I'm going to move the A. So to get rid of minus A, I'm going to add A. And I'm going to go ahead and write this as K plus A all on one line equals MB. Alright, so I'm still solving for B. So now I'm going to move the M. Now I'm going to separate the best friends. Well, these are being multiplied. What's the opposite of multiply? Divide. So you divide both sides by M. So B equals K plus A over M. Alright, number 10. Solve for M. Alright, so I need to move the K and the 1. And the K and the 1 are actually put together because they have parentheses around them. So they are one quantity. So solve for M. I'm trying to get M by itself. I can move this at one time.
If your car is parked in the loading zone, please move your car immediately. If your car is parked in the loading zone, please move your car.
Alright, so I can divide by this whole thing at once because it's in parentheses. So those cancel out, and now I'm done. So M equals P over K plus 1. That's my answer. Number 11, energy E equals the product of voltage V, current I, and time T. Which equation expresses current in terms of energy, voltage, and time? Alright, so I have no equation, so I need to go back and read. Energy E equals, so E equals the product. What does product mean? Product means to multiply. The product of voltage V, current I, and time T. So all these things are being multiplied. And remember in math, you don't have to put a multiply symbol. Okay? Which equation expresses current in terms of energy, voltage, and time? So if I look at my answer choices, that'll kind of help me see. I'm trying to get I by itself. Trying to get I by itself. Draw my line and circle I. So remember, these are being multiplied. What's the opposite of multiply? Divide. And I can divide things at the same time. So E over VT, that's answer choice D. All right, 3 more. Number 12, solve for H. So draw my line. All right, 2 is being multiplied by H, and the L plus W is being multiplied because parentheses mean to multiply. So I can divide everything at one time. I can divide the 2 and the L plus W. You can divide the 2 and the L plus W. So the 2's cancel, the L plus W's cancel, and I've got an H by itself. H equals A over L plus W. All right, you can always pause this video if you want more time. All right, 13, solve for y. Ooh, this time y is inside the parentheses. All right, so we're trying to get y by itself. So we're going to have to move the x, and we're going to have to move the a. All right, so we can't move them at the same time because one's inside the parentheses and one's outside. And y is inside. So this one's a little different. So which ones are the best friends here? Well, x and y are best friends because they're both inside the same house hanging out. So x and y are best friends. So we're going to move a first. So we're going to divide both sides by a. So those cancel. So I've got b over a equals x plus y. And remember, I'm trying to get y by itself. It said solve for y. So now to get rid of plus x, you minus x. And look how they're going to write it. They're going to do b over a minus x is how they're going to write the answer. So to get rid of plus x, they're going to minus x. And remember, it's going to be y equals in front. All right, number 14, solve for y. So y is inside the parentheses again. We need to move the x and the 7. Which one's best friends with y? These are your best friends. So you're going to leave the best friends together as long as possible. So let's move x first. So parentheses mean to multiply, so we need to divide. So we're going to divide by x. So I can go ahead and mark out answer choice A and B because they didn't divide by x. Then, to get rid of plus 7, I have to minus 7. And you minus 7 from the whole thing. So that is answer choice D. All right, go ahead and pause the video and try these two on your own. After you're done trying them, then you can restart the video and check your answers. But go ahead and pause it and try them on your own. All right, y equals m times x plus b. Solve for m. All right, m and x are best friends, so you should subtract b. And then to get rid of x, you're going to divide by x. And you're solving for m, so your answer is going to be m equals. Did you get that right? Pat yourselves on the back if you did. Number 2, solve for n. All right, well remember this time n and 8 are best friends. They're at each other's houses. So you're going to divide by m. And then get rid of minus 8, you're going to add 8. And that's your answer. All right, let me know if you have any questions.